Good job.
Whew.
It's a little bit stressful.
It's stressful drilling holes in the truck because you can't, these are not easily fixable.
Hey, I'm Eric with Mountain State.
And I'm Rachel, and come with us as we build our 2021 Toyota Tundra.
Last year, the 2018 Tacoma that we built with MSO got totaled. We ultimately decided to buy a new vehicle.
So in the Tacoma, we installed a seat delete primarily to give the dogs a little bit more space. And we plan to do the same thing with this build. And I know because of the size of the back of the truck, we're gonna have so much space for them. So installing the Goose Gear seat delete, I think is gonna be a really nice low entry point for me in terms of learning how to use some basic tools, just starting to build my confidence a little bit. This is probably a 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, but I think it'll just give me a lot more confidence heading into some of the more difficult and more complicated changes that we're gonna be making to the truck.
Okay, so today we are going to install the Goose Gear 60% seat delete. There's a back panel in the Tundras that allows you to service the rear window that goes up and down, and we need to drill some holes into that. So we need to be able to fully remove that, which is why all the seats got to come out.
How's it going?
There's dog hair everywhere. We're just cleaning off the 60% side because that's gonna go in basically into storage in our garage.
We got it! Bolt number 1.
17 millimeter.
Okay. So what am I gonna do with this?
So you're just gonna break them all loose.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys, I'm learning how to use tools!
Okay, so now that it's broken,
Yes.
now you can use the other thing.
Excellent.
And then you can just zip it out. Ready?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Anything connected? No?
Looks good. Bye! Yeah.
Lift.
Movers. Next thing we're gonna do is put together the bottom piece of the Goose Gear. Wow.
So we don't have to tighten these down yet. So if you ever thought that there wasn't enough room in a double cab or a Crew Max Tundra, we're literally sitting in here because it's raining.
And I can stretch my legs out all the way.
Yeah. All right, so we got the rear panel in here. We need to now bolt it at the bottom so that we can mark these holes so that we can cut holes into the thin slate. And then we need to remove this and and mark holes to be drilled into the back.
Let's do it.
All right, so Rach tells me we need to now remove this now that we have kind of marked all the places where we need to drill a hole. So we're gonna remove this cable and then remove all of these screws and there's one nut. So these are all plastic, like you can see they're plastic in here. So when we screw them back in, we gotta be really careful.
Okay.
All right, we punched these and now we're getting ready to drill. I'm gonna drill the first one and then Rach is gonna drill. All right, we put all the hardware in after we drilled the holes. We did that corner too. So now this panel is ready to go back in. And we'll make sure to get that little notch in there. And we're in business. And then we'll plug power window back in. Got the back panel back on. We got the nut here and the other 12 screws.
All right, I just cut out these little sections of thin slate, and we are now going to put this back into the truck.
Okay, so just you just push them into the holes. Good job.
Almost ate it.
Yep. All right. Seat deletes in.
Ta-da!
What's next?
We just need to put the seat back in.
Cool. Should we clean up a little bit first and then put it back in?
And we'll put the tools back where they're supposed to go.
Nice. Good job. So because this is the seat, we should probably torque these down.
Okay.
So in a second, I'm going to ask you to go look it up.
Okay.
Just like Tundra seat bolts torque specs.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It clicks when you've hit the right amount of tension, basically, on the bolt.
Okay.
So this is important because like certain metals have certain breaking points, for example, and we don't want to make sure that we're not over tightening it to weaken either the bolts or where it goes, and also make sure that it's safe for people to sit here. So it's getting tighter, and then it'll click like that when I get to 31. All right.
Trip number 3.
Trip number 3 to the auto parts store.
Because we are installing a snorkel.
Yeah.
Woo!
No more hydrolocked engines.
Woohoo! No more totaling a taco.
Yeah, we're gonna do the snorkel today, and the truck's gonna look a little bit goofy because it's not lifted or anything. So it's just gonna look like a stock Tundra with snorkel. We also have the pre-cleaner, the snorkel upgrade pre-cleaner to install on that. And so on our list at Advance Auto is to look for paint.
Zinc paint?
Zinc paint. And we'll see if they have that. All right, we got more than we planned on. Doggies.
They're waiting in the windows.
Doggies in the windows.
Yeah.
All right, what you thinking?
This looks intimidating. Yeah, there's just a lot to do with this. And also this feels very important given the lesson that we learned with the taco. I'm glad we're doing it together though. First step, we gotta remove the air cleaner assembly, mud flap, and the fender liner.
Fender liner. So that's the plastic piece under here. Well, that was a nightmare. There's like probably 10 of these clips that require you to get underneath and depress these little tensioners here. Yeah, now I'm all cut up and all dirty. Next, we need to remove the airbox. So we undid the clips. There's the airbox. Take the mass airflow sensor off. Loosen this. All right, that should just lift up right out of there. Cool.
So next up, we gotta remove and discard the perforated cutout section from the fender template.
Cardboard paper cut.
Oh, no. We just finished taping up the template for the cutout for the snorkel. So we're gonna be cutting a bunch of holes and then one big hole for the actual snorkel.
Got a piece of the Tundra.
Should frame it.
We just need to clean this up now. So we get a sanding bit for this, and then we'll basically go around, clean it up, and then paint it.
Okay. Punching some holes.
Good job.
Whew.
It's a little bit stressful.
It's stressful drilling holes in the truck because you can't, these are not easily fixable. This is a deburring tool. This is so cool.
Okay, so next what we're gonna do is mark where we need to drill holes along the A-pillar here. Toyota OEM paint color, paint pen. This is super white. So we are going to use this and the brush attachment here, like that, to paint all the bare metal on these holes so that it doesn't rust. So while Rach is painting the holes, we have to make some modifications to the airbox itself so that the sleeve, the rubber sleeve, can fit over the entrance to the airbox here. So we need to basically square those off, and then we have to get rid of this tab and this tab. I used the oscillating tool, which made things super easy, and then I just filed these down. So you can see my work there, brackets in there, cut off that tab on the top.
I just finished painting all of the insides of the metal rim so that we don't get any rusting.
Because we drilled holes in here, we're actually going to use a little bit of silicone. Put a small bead around everything, and then put a little bit of silicone in each hole after I put these plastic inserts in there, and that'll make sure that everything's waterproof and water doesn't get into the A-pillar. Okay, hose clamps are on. So next we're gonna reinstall the airbox.
Not going anywhere. Good job.
We're almost there. We just need to get the snorkel into the hole and mate to the snorkel body to the rubber connector. And then we need to tighten the hose clamp that's in here.
Eric's just tightening everything up. You know what's cool is I guessed this was a 10 or this needed a 10mm wrench. And I was right. Just put the finishing touch on it.
This is gonna look different from the one you get in the ARB kit by itself, because this is it's by a company called Snorkel Upgrade, and it has a pre-cleaner, so we're gonna get even cleaner air into the engine. And our airbox is back installed. Put these clips back. And let's start her up.
Woo!
Okay.
We have a snorkel!
We have a snorkel, no more waterlogged engines.
Yeah.
What did you learn today?
I gained more confidence with drilling holes in the truck, which was a big thing for me. But learned how to use a lot of different types of tools, learned how to use like the Dremel, learned how to use the sanding option on the Dremel too. Yeah, I don't know, there was a lot that I learned today. So far, I think this has been like the best learning experience, like I've learned the most. The Goose Gear was easy, but that was like a good entry point into all of this. Yeah, but this was like a good skill builder and good knowledge builder today. And I also started to learn more about what is actually underneath the hood of the truck.
And we were going to do the diff breather today, but we are losing sunlight and we're tired and we want to go get dinner.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we're not going to do that today. That's really the only other thing I would say that we have left until the tire suspension and all the victory stuff gets here.
Yeah.
So we're in good shape.
We're in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.